it comes as a total surprise how mathematics can be related to so many different things. But in Tamil there is one saying that Kamalai Kannanukku Kandadellam Manjal. Maybe she can correct me if I say it right, incorrectly. So once you become a mathematician, you tend to see mathematical patterns in almost everything you see, in traffic flow, whatever. So it's the important task is, and the difficult task is to explain these hidden mathematical concepts so that you appreciate the beauty of nature. Snowflakes, what is the connection with mathematics? So he explains that in the book. So the book is full of nice and it, in a lucid way. He doesn't sort of overburden you with formulae, with various technicalities, but he says that in a way that you don't even realize you are actually reading a book which is full of scientific concepts. So it's a great task, and I think that it's a real hard work. So he deserves all praise for this. Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful effort. And I understand that this is not the first book. He has written several other books. I came to know about that only recently, although I have known Professor Sivaraman for quite a few years. I have a few other things, some thoughts to share. Like I already mentioned, mathematical concepts are involved in many things that we see around us, in many things we use in our daily lives, but we generally are unaware of all this pervasive nature of the subject. For example, when you use your credit card or your ATM card, or you just make a Google search, so much of mathematics is involved. For example, I mentioned this credit card business because in order for this transaction to be secure, so that nobody else knows what is the amount you are trying, your account detail and so on, the mathematical concept behind that is number theory. Google search is really amazing. I mean, we take for granted, you just type something and you just press enter button. Within a fraction of a second it lists some 1,000 things, and then most often the first 10 entry itself is the one that is most relevant for you. How is it possible? I mean, it searches so many websites, so many things. You have it posted in some public domain, but how does it know that that's the one you need? It is really amazing. And some of the concepts that underpin all these things happens to be graph theory. One of the things that for efficient searches, which does things really fast, involves linear algebra. Brightness, talent, and when we spot talent, we have to nurture. We have to tell them, okay, this is science is a very exciting profession and so on. And the kind of work like popularizing science, like writing this type of books, helps in a large way in not only spotting talent but also in nurturing talent. Okay, so this is important. It again goes back to the kind of value system we have. I mean, I have nothing against movie stars and anything. I also enjoy good movies, but that is part of our culture. But science is not, at least not yet, part of our culture. Okay, music is very much part of our culture, and we can be very proud of it. Philosophy is very much part of our culture, we can be proud of it. Unfortunately, science is not yet part of our culture. We don't think about throwing garbage, we don't think about taking the effort to segregate garbage before we dispose them, we don't think about accumulating so much plastic bag, but it comes back to you because we are the environment is damaged. We don't think about environmental damage that we cause. So this, how do you reach out to the people? Only by developing scientific awareness, scientific temperament. In terms of mathematics, so Ramanujan, of course, is extremely a peculiar case. He could have been easily lost to the world of mathematics, but for certain very sort of a series of accidents, one may say, that he ended up contacting Professor Hardy. So, and then things took on a different line, and then there was his creative potential was tapped and used and so on. But after Ramanujan, for several years, there had not been much development in mathematics, and it took some great effort, and now you can say that India has made really major contributions by a very few mathematicians. Even now, of course, some even today from within India there are world leaders in mathematics, but very few of them in number. For a country of 1 billion, there can be 100 times more, but it is not happening. It will happen. I really hope that. I am a die-hard optimist. I hope that it will happen. But after you sort of forget about some top ranking institutions where world class research is happening, in the university system, in colleges and so on, there is not much that one can say about prevailing talent. Okay? So, and in attracting students, see, even when I was a student, I was so fortunate to have great teachers, but that number is becoming smaller and smaller. And under these circumstances, the best way to attract students is to popularize science. And in this respect, the full-time researchers working in research institutions, they first of all don't bother about mathematics teaching by and large, and they not just mathematics teaching, science teaching, science popularization, these take lowest priority. I can understand that myself being a full-time researcher, but I think it is one of our major responsibilities. And from that point of view, Professor Sivaraman has done great job. I mean, he has not just written one book, he has written several books. It's really amazing to me how amidst all his professional commitments, teaching, marking, evaluation, and then admission, so many things, and then being part of so many committees, he is able to provide so much time, and it's really, I mean, hats off to him that he puts in so much effort and brings out books like this. It's really amazing. I should thank you once again. Thanks. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.